Smile for the camera, Toto. I've been learning. Yeah, you have to learn life again, lots of things. But it's been a good experience as well. I got to find out more about myself. I'm trying to look at myself in a different perspective. I've been reading, studying for new courses. Yeah, you know, you have to, since now I can't do what I used to do at the moment, but I hope I'll be able to do it again soon. You know, right now most things can be done remotely. So I've been into coding in the recent past couple of months. I've also been thinking of concepts to execute while I'm still here, but now I've decided I want to get out more. A while back I wouldn't do so many of the things I can do right now. So instead of wasting my potential in bed, I can put it to use somewhere else. I stopped speaking while I was in hospital. I just woke up one day and found myself whispering. Yeah, and I thought I was whispering, but to the other people it sounded like totally different. So communication was a bit hard. You know, when you're in a position where you can't do anything, you can't communicate what you want to be done. And it just comes with so many things. So getting my voice back was one of the biggest wins I can have at the moment. Step by step, I started feeding again after some time. I got my voice back recently. I got most of my upper limb movements, so we are working on the fine ones. Most of my strength has come from God. I know it would be weird for some people to hear that, but from my own experience, I can tell you that is what has taken me through most of the hurdles I've faced in this journey. Yeah? And also forgiveness. You know, when you carry a burden in your heart and you have to deal with all these things at the same time, it's so much weighing on you. I don't even have an idea that I had an ounce of strength that could match up to that. Yeah, but that's why I'm telling you, I discovered so much about myself, how resilient I am, how strong I am. And when there's nothing else to do but be strong, you actually get the strength. First of all, being home is just therapy on its own. I remember I used to beg my doctor to let me go home, but I wasn't in a position to be let. So coming home, I have my physios who are my family now. They're like my family. We relate so well. And then now there's the physical aspect of it, whereby we have to do stretches, we have to do some standing aids, we have to do some sitting exercises. I couldn't sit like this before. Yeah. So they trained me to get back my core strength first, to be able to sit. They also trained me to strengthen my diaphragm so that I can be able to breathe well as well. Then now my hands, we've been working on them. They're slightly regaining some function. Now I'm regaining some sensation on my feet as well. Yeah, I can recognize pain when I have it. Yeah, which is a plus for me. You don't have to rush these things because the tiniest win comes after a very long time. So if you try and put a time frame to it, you might end up getting depressed because you might see things are not working out. Things might not work out for a long time. Then they start working out over a certain period of time, then they stop. Then you move on to the next phase. Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to when I can be able to do most of the things I used to do, and then we can build from there. I'm on some pain medications, nerve pains. Sometimes my hands just become inflamed. Yeah, so there's some ointments we apply. There's some also that I take orally. Then that takes care of that. But the physio pain, that one there is no other way. You just have to take it. I have 2 sessions on some days and 3 on some. 2 physio sessions and 1 OT session. Yeah, so I have 1 in the morning and 2 in the evening, or sometimes just 2 in the evening. My interests are still in music. Even though I've developed other interests, I can see how to fuse them into what I was doing before. You know, DJing is like riding a bike. When you get it and you get it properly, that's it. I've been through so much in my life, from childhood to now. I lived the post-election violence. I was actually like the one taking care of my family during that time because people couldn't go outside. That was another very hard moment. Pick yourself up from that. In school, I wasn't really like a regular attender of school because of fees and all that. But we pushed through all that. I was top of my class when I finished primary school. I had good grades in high school. Unfortunately, I couldn't proceed because of finances. But I still figured out a way to push through, and now we're here seated together. I've always been close to God, but this reignited it to a new level, because at some point it was the only thing I could hold on to. Yeah, just prayer, and looking back at all the things I've overcome, and now, even now that I'm here, we can say I've overcome one. So prayer has really worked for me. Before I decided to forgive, all these things were in my head, my life, how it was, what it will be, what it is at the moment. But I figured out all these things, as much as I ask myself all these questions. As long as there is no solution at this moment, I will keep bugging myself with those questions, and I will end up depressed. Yeah? So when I decided to embrace what has happened and figure out solutions from where I'm at, I started feeling alive again. Yeah? And I just kept doing that until now. It doesn't even affect me when I see myself like this. A lot has been going on, especially when the cops started shooting people aimlessly, man. They don't know the effects of living with bullet wounds. Or if they do, some of them have no idea how living after that is. So they should perhaps ask their fellow colleagues who have similar wounds what it takes to recover from one, or even what it takes to live with one. So before you pull that trigger, my brother, think of all those things.